Okay, we're on Pesachim Perek Gimel, Mishnah Hey. And now we're going to discuss, remember we know that if you eat bread, if you eat chametz, you're chayav karet. Okay, but what happens if you eat something that's, if you eat chametz on Pesach, what happens if you eat something that's on the way? Meaning we all know that if you eat baked matzah, if you bake it right away, you're not chayav karet, because remember they're baking on Pesach, if you bake it right away. That's wonderful, that's considered matzah. But there's a stage, what happens if it started to leaven, if it started to rise? So as the Mishnah says, that we're going to talk about what are the different stages of starting to rise. So like nowadays, we don't even deal with this stuff on Pesach. As soon as you, as you know, we don't even make matzah on Pesach. We never put flour in water. But in their time, when they would bake on Pesach, so it was probably very common that, the dough started to rise. So what do? So Mishnah says the following, Se'or, we're going to see what that is. Yisaref, it should be burned. Va'ochlo patur. But if you eat it, then you're patur. Saduk from sdakim. If it has crevices, yisaref, you should burn it. Va'ochlo chayav karet. Now once it's saduk, once it has crevices, then if you eat it, you're chayav karet. That's chametz. That's real chametz. So ezahu seor. What is seor? Kekarnei chagavim. Chagavim are grasshoppers. So you have tiny little. You've looked carefully at the dough. You see tiny little crevices. Okay, that's seor. If you start to see that the dough is rising in such a way. But saduk, what is saduk? That's real chametz. Shedit arvus sidakav zebazeh. That it's not tiny, but now the crevices when the dough grows. I should make a piece of dough and take pictures of it. The dough grows, then the sidakim, these different crevices, they become intermingled. Nit arvu from arev. They become mixed one with the other. So I tried to find a picture of dough. Right? And you see these crevices when the dough begins to rise. You see the stretch marks here. So it's really difficult to know what's karnai. And this is clearly sdakim. So when the sdakim gets so great, then if you ochlu chayav chatat. Either way, you have to get rid of it. You have to burn it if it starts to grow at all. Divi Rabbi Yehuda. This is the position of Rabbi Yehuda. Chachamim omrim zevazeh ochlo chayav karet. Chachamim say no. Zevazeh, whether it's seor or whether it's saduk, that's already chametz and you're chayav karet. Ve'ezeh seor, what is seor that yisaref ba'uchlo patur? I mean, what's seor that is just at the beginning of the leavening process? It's the beginning of the rising process. Kol shichsifu panav ke'adam she'amdu se'arotav. The dough becomes chichsifu panav. It becomes I guess white. I think his face becomes white, so the dough becomes white. Right, it becomes lighter. It's like a person, his hair stands up on his neck. Okay, that means that a person who is hichsifu panav, that becomes upset, his hair stands on end, so then become bitoch pachad, so his face becomes white. So then when the dough becomes white, that's seor, and if you eat it, you're patur, but you still have to get rid of it. Meaning as soon as the dough begins to rise, you have to burn it. The only question is, when are you chayav chatat? According to Rabbi Yehuda, the first opinion, you're only chayav chatat if it's saduk, if those crevices, where's my cursor? There we go. If it's saduk, if the crevices are already intermingling with one another. But if it's karnei chagavim, if they're tiny little crevices, then you're not chayav, then it's not chayav karet. Not chatat karet. Whereas the chachamim say, no. No matter how big the crevices are, once it's got crevices, you're chayav karet. The only time it's seor that you have to burn it and you're patur if you eat it is hichsifu panav, if the dough has turned colors, became white, but it hasn't yet started to actually increase in size. We'll stop here and dedicate our learning to the memory of my father, Rav Simcha ben Yitzchak Kalman, and you can email me if you have questions. Have a great day.